guys, so you know the coronavirus is out. I'm in Michigan at the shelter currently working. We're actually kind of on a break right now. And I just want to give you guys an update of what this video is. So this is a video of me public speaking at the University of Michigan for Pretty Brown Girls. And if you do not know what the Pretty Brown Girls are, I'm going to leave a link for their website in the description box. And if you have any Pretty Brown Girls in your life, please check it out. 2 years prior to this speaking engagement, I was honored at Spelman. And it was for encouraging, motivating, and inspiring women of color. And it's been one of my favorite honors that I've gotten. It was so sweet. The auditorium we were in was where they had, I believe it was Martin Luther King's memorial, and it was packed, completely packed, and it was just so encouraging, empowering, just to even just see all those amazing women. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is me 2 years after that honor, speaking again, but here in Michigan.
It was naturally affecting me in a negative way. I had to acknowledge it. If you know something's affecting you in a negative way, the first thing you gotta do is just acknowledge it. Acknowledge that yes, this has affected me for all these years, but today I'm gonna choose to stop that. I do not give it power over me in my situation in my life. I choose to take this pain, this hurt, this rage, and I'm gonna change it to impact me in a positive way, to go and change the world, to go put an impact in the world. I work at a homeless shelter, and literally, I got off at 2:30 and got here at 3 o'clock, ready. And at the homeless shelter, I'm not allowed to let pedestrians come in or just people come in and sit during a certain hour. This one guy came in, he sat all his bags down, and he just said, I said, sir, I said, what is going on? He said, oh, it's a lot, it's just, I'm saying, well, we just gotta keep looking forward. And he said, forward for what? I said, what do you mean look forward for what? He was saying it's just bad, every day's just bad. I'm like, no. I'm like, we can't just say things are bad. I'm like, are you choosing to let your situation say it's bad? I'm like, I know that you think that I can't relate with you because I'm not homeless or I'm not in your exact situation, but you gotta realize everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own situation where they're impacted in such a deep way as if it could be you in your situation being homeless. And I said, he was still just he was listening to me, but he wasn't with me, you know? And what I was telling him is that when you're in that pain and you're acknowledging that you're in that negative situation right now, you're letting it impact you in a negative way, you gotta acknowledge it right then and there. I'm like, you might be homeless right now and feel like it's going on for years because I'm back here again. I'm like, look, sir, the reason you got this situation happening to you is because there's a reason, there's power over the story. I'm saying everyone's story has power to it. And I'm like, do you really want to wait till you overcome this? Because I'm like, a storm doesn't last forever. It comes away after so long. I'm like, do you want to wait till the storm passes over for you to be able to go out and smile and say, hey, y'all, and share your story? I'm like, why? I said, your story has so much power right now while you're in the midst of it. Share it now. Don't let your situation put a sigh and a frown on your face. Don't sit here and be defeated because you're not. You are alive and you're sitting here talking with me. I said, sir, don't give your situation any more power because right now you have the power to share this, to share your story, to put an impact on the world. I said, I don't know what you do, but turn this story and turn it to fuel to whatever you do. I saw a girl in the mall a few days ago. I haven't seen her in years. I said, hey girl, how are you? She said, I'm stressed, girl. I said, oh Lord, I said, you and me both. And I'm like, we all stressed out here, aren't we? But I'm like, what's going on? And she was just going on and how everything's just a lot of pressures on her. She's going through so much. I'm saying we all got we all need an outlet with something. I'm saying, when I told her about the choice thing, don't just let that have any negative impact on you. You have the choice to choose if you want it to impact you in a negative or a positive way. Don't let stress take over your life. It's easier said than done to say don't stress. We're all naturally going to stress. And like I said, you just got to acknowledge that it's happening for you to take the next step to switch it to being fuel. So I'm like, I know she's a singer. I know she likes to play the piano. I know she likes doing makeup. I'm like, use that pain, use that stress, and do an outlet with that. Sing it. Go outside and teach someone how to play the piano or something. And we just kept talking after the end of it. We were both smiling and enjoying our day. But I just want to like kind of switch it a little bit now. So since I told you guys that I'm at Eastern, I've been at Eastern since I was 16, and I'm 18 now. Wait, was I 15 or 16? One of those years. And since I got there early, they gave me advisors to help guide me along because they don't want to just put a teenager who should be in high school just in college. So they gave me advisors to help guide me along. Basically, like be there if I have any questions, be there to help encourage me to push through in college. And me being there for all those years, they were kind of really hard on me for some reason. I don't understand why they were really hard on me until this day, but they were really hard on me. And I'm like, not everybody's gonna like you. And I'm like, I understand that. I'm a tough cookie. I don't need you to be my cheerleader, but dang, you gotta be that hard, jeez. So I wrote a story explaining basically what I went through one year at Eastern with those advisors, and I called it The Abundance of Water. And I explained it as I felt like I was trapped on an island, surrounded by the ocean, basically having enough water, more than enough water than anyone could ever dream of, because it's an ocean around you. But I was still dying of dehydration, because you can't drink that water. And I considered Eastern being the island, and me being there, I just felt so trapped, because school can be stressful. Yeah. School is not the place where it's just gonna be all fun. No, it's stressful. So, being there, a lot of different things happened. I was giving my all, I was pushing through. I was just having a really tough semester because I didn't go to Eastern doing prereqs. I went to Eastern with my pre-med classes, so I wasn't taking like 100 level classes. I was taking 300 level classes when I first got there. And it was my first year at Eastern, and I was just stressed out. And one of my advisors, I had a meeting with my advisor. I had my main advisor. I had my mom come in just so she could hear what these folks are saying because they was not cool with me at all. And then I went, and the one advisor was saying, Rocke, you aren't doing your best and you were not giving your all. And he said, right? And he was nodding his head like this. And in the middle of it, I was listening to him, he just kept going on. I'm looking like, why am I nodding my head with him? I'm like, you tripping. Like in my mind, I'm like, hold on. No, because I stay up till 2 a.m. and I'm going to sleep at 2 a.m. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to school all day. I don't hang with my friends. I don't do my sports. I stopped doing my sports so I could focus on school. I stopped going to all the games. I didn't go to no parties. I was giving my all that I could. I was putting everything I had in me into school. And he was just like, no, you weren't. And I'm like, what? And my mom's sitting here and he just kept rambling about it. And she was like, no, Rocke declines all the time hanging with her friends just so she could do school and blah, blah, blah. And he was basically just passing that away. And then one of his bosses, which is another advisor of mine, came in at that moment. She rushed in and sat down. And a few weeks prior to this meeting, I had met with her, and she was basically saying, oh wait, sorry guys, let me go back. So after my mom was talking, my mom gave my first advisor a spill of an event that happened at school with me. It was basically, I had a class with him, and I went to school hours early so I could print off this one assignment. Like hours early, just print one paper. And for some reason, Eastern had all their printers cut off during some hours. I was there literally stressed out. I went to every single building to print this paper. All the printers were shut down. I called my mom because I did not know what to do. And I never like to call my mom for a resort because I'm a very independent person. I called her and I was just explaining to her, I was like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, I can go to the library and do this. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you do now because I'm late. I finally found a way to get my paper to me and I got it printed off. I called her back and I was like, Mom, I can't go into class. I said, I can't do it. Because I'm already hearing that visor in my ear say she ain't giving her best. She's already failed. Why is she even here? So I'm like, I can't even walk in now because he's going to see my face walking in late and he's already going to say I'm a failure either way. I'm like, I can't go in there. And I was just crying. I was devastated. Like, I was done with it. And it takes a lot for me to cry. And then that's when my mom gave that story to him, and that's his boss was in there too, and she's like, that's what we want to see, Rocke. The advisors, they're like, that's what we want to see. We want to see that hard work, and we want to see those tears coming down your face. I looked at her, I said, hold on. I met with you a few weeks later, right? Or a few weeks prior, and let me reenact what happened, ma'am. I said, we sat down, we met face to face in a small office, and you were telling me all the things I need to do and blah, 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 and you said something, and what I stopped you, I said, excuse me, ma'am, what are you saying that you want me to do this and do that, but either way, I'm already going to fail, and I'm already a failure in your eyes? And she said, and carried on. She literally nodded her head, smiled, and carried on. I said, and you want me to show you those tears? You're not listening to me. You're not seeing me put in my hard work. You're calling me a failure already. You told me, why am I even here? I should have went to high school. I looked up and she was crying. She basically was asking me for her forgiveness. And going back to my writing, that's when I found out that you're not always going to have cheerleaders. You're not even going to have the people that are supposed to be there. They're not even going to be there for you. They're not even going to help you when they're supposed to, or if that's their role, their job. They're not going to be there at all. And another part of your pledge is called always believe in myself. And that's the moment where I was like, I no longer give you guys power to put all that stress over me. I no longer give you guys and think that you guys have a role to cheer me on. No, I'm myself, and I got God. I went to my island. Yes, I'm trapped and I'm around the seawater. But you know what? I was blind because I was focusing on my situation, not focusing on God. Because when I stopped giving them the power, I later found in that island, there's a lagoon in there. There was some fresh water in there. And that was called the living water of God. Okay? So not only am I going to believe myself, but if my mom, my dad, my advisors, my friends aren't there for me, God is forever cheering me on. God is forever cheering y'all on. Our life is not easy, and we're always going to go through something. And we have to make those healthy choices. And not only do we make those choices, but we got to believe in ourselves when we make it. You can't say, I'm going to choose to not let this impact me in a negative way, but not believe it. Because it's still giving your situation power. You got to believe it and walk into that. Moving on to one of my favorite quotes to tie this in. Maya Angelou actually quoted this from a Roman senator, and he later was a slave to Rome. And he quoted, I don't have the exact quote, but he basically said that what is human is not alien to me. I don't know if you guys heard that before. But he's saying, what is human isn't alien to me. So we all are human, right? We all have the characteristics to be a murderer. We all have the characteristics to be evil and to be bad. But do we choose to be evil and do we choose to be a murderer? No. But that also means we can reverse it and say, we all have the characteristics to be the next president. We all have the characteristics to be the next Nobel Peace Prize winner. We all have those characteristics to find the cure to cancer. We have the choice. We chose not to be a murderer, but why aren't we choosing to be great? That is one of my favorite quotes that I like to lead me. And I'm basically saying the same things in different examples, but it's because this is the root, this is that chapter in my book, my life, that guided me to all of this. Me doing pageants is not what I ever wanted to do. I keep winning these sashes, but I'm like, I don't need a sash to speak. I don't need a sash to put an impact in the world. This is not something, I don't like pageants. I don't like having to dress up, to wear a sash, and have a crown to get someone's attention. Because in God's eyes, we all are unique and special to Him. For Him to wake us up, for Him to create us. God created the stars, each and every one of those stars, but He created us and thought we were greater than that. So I don't need this to speak. I don't need this to go out and make an impact in the world. An impact could just be making sure you be the one that puts a smile on somebody's face. An impact so small can have such a huge effect. And I just want to let you guys know, even you guys being in here, the bigger girls, y'all are big sisters to our younger girls. You guys are putting an impact. Just hanging with them, playing a puzzle game with them, that's something they're going to remember. That's a small impact that they're going to remember. And when we go outside of this room and we're just in our city, we see other little girls, see their faces. Put an impact on them. Treat them like your little sister. Just having one girl or one older person that could be your role model just that one day. Good with, I believe in myself, and I'm gonna always choose to let my situation impact me in a positive way. I don't care if I failed in a test. I don't care if I failed at school. I don't care if I failed in one aspect. I'll acknowledge it, but I'm gonna flip it. I'm definitely not gonna let it have any power over me, because I learned that whole entire role with my father, I wasn't gonna let that impact me in a negative way. Because why? If I let that stay negative, I wouldn't be able to be as an impact on the world. I would have had that relationship I have with my dad now and understand what he went through and why he is the way he is. So when I see other people that's kind of in that situation, instead of pity, instead of rage, instead of so much hurt and pain, I can recognize that that's all out of love. I would not have pain, hurt, rage if I did not love him so dearly. So I had to pull all that pain